The Shelby County Humane Society is getting some much-needed money to take on an important role for victims of domestic violence.
Many of these victims leave violent situations with only the clothes on their back, their children and their animals. But the problem is many shelters don't allow pets. That's where the Humane Society is stepping in. Our Shelby County reporter Ajane Robinson joins us now live. And Ajane, this funding really couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, that's right, Morgan. Sarah, funding couldn't have come at a better time for Shelby Humane. Now, since October, the Humane Society has already assisted with 10 domestic violence pets, which is up from last year. Now, the $40,000 grant that the shelter received is crucial and supports half of their program's operations that include housing, food, shots, and vaccines, anything that these animals need during their 90-day stay. Since 2018, the shelter has applied each year for the state grant.
Without the funding that we received, we would not be, we would have a more difficult time providing and supporting the program on its own.
However, each year the shelter sees a cut in their grant funding.
So we're about 10% less funding than what we received last year. So we have to make, accounts for that in our budget and everything and other funding sources that we get as well.
Which allows them to help the owners once they're ready to get their pets back.
We'll send crates and food, flea, tick, and heartworm preventatives home with them to support their owners and everything, because it's a big transition when they come out of that emergency housing.
Now, the reason for starting up this program is to not only help the animals, but also help the owners get out of a toxic environment.
Client with us that had waited the longest was 8 years. That they waited because they were not going to leave their pet behind and they didn't know what other resources were available.
The end goal of the program is to reunite the pets back with their owners to walk through their new journey together. Now, Shelby Humane leaders, they tell me that they see the most domestic violence animals come into their shelter before and after the holidays, as well as an uptick during the spring. Reporting live from Shelby County, Ajane Robinson, WBRC, Fox 6 News, on your side.
The Greater Birmingham